Not gonna lie, I'm not sure which is causing me to lose more hair. My hormones or Finn grabbing the little hairs back here and ripping them out with her tiny baby hands. Going great. Let's get this. Welcome back to Not Gonna Lie, a Wave original brought to you by Peppa Pig. Shop new Peppa Pig toys now on Amazon. I'm your host, Kylie Kelce. I love traveling, but not with my children. You all somehow convinced me to speak into a microphone each week, which is crazy. And I have a lot of strong opinions on extremely niche topics. For example, there's no such thing as flushable wipes. Seriously, guys, it can say flushable wipes on the packaging, but the cast that a plumber removed from my parents' drain says otherwise. Coming up on today's episode, in honor of the first day of the season coming up, I'm going to get real honest about Kelce family fall. It's a lot like Kelce family summer, winter, and spring, because we have 4 kids. We're trying our best. But I'll weigh in on all fall things. Plus, there's a trend on TikTok right now called the girlfriend effect, and I'm going to share whether or not I had any influence on Jason's style in Doom Scroll of the Week. I didn't. And after that, I'm going to be joined by the hilarious actress you know from Girls Trip and Scary Movie. I have no business talking to her. It's Regina Hall. But first, a couple quick NGL announcements. First, on behalf of Queen Emma and the team, our bad about the spider photo last week with no warning. We got a couple comments like this. Aaron Smith said, "You just jump scared the shit out of me. I threw my iPad across the room." We forgot 99% of people don't actually find them cute. Next time, editor Brad will put up a warning, like right now. Warning, hit it, Brad. Hit the warning. And now, Lucas the spider. Nailed it. Also, speaking of spiders, there were a lot of comments like this one. Am I the only one that thought Kylie describing the jumping spider sounded a lot like how she described Jason? Funny you should say that. Literally on the phone with Queen Emma, I made this exact joke about myself when I started describing it as furry and I wanted to pet it. And I think that I'm consistent. You can check my track record for favorite breeds of dogs. I like scruffy bearded beings. Next announcement, we might need a new segment. List Kylie has no business being on, because I've officially been named to Sports Illustrated's Power List, the 50 most influential figures in sports. For starters, thank you so much. That's so nice. I appreciate it. And also, what? When I first heard about this, I was very concerned. I was very concerned because I thought that people were trying to put me into a category with elite athletes. And that was going to bother me deeply. But it turns out they just put me in the influencer category. Being put in the influencer category, my body wants to reject it, but here's the deal. If I'm going to influence you about anything, it's going to be about philanthropic efforts. It's going to be about women in sports. It's going to be about how athletics shaped my life. It's going to be normalizing the ridiculousness of parenthood. And if that puts me on the power list of the 50 most influential figures in sports, okay. I still think there's probably a couple other people who are more deserving, but I do appreciate it. And also, just to be clear, the reason I'm concerned about being put on a list with elite athletes is because, guys, I played Division III field hockey. I am a NARP now. For anyone that doesn't know what a NARP is, it's a non-athletic regular person. The minute that I was done playing my senior season of field hockey, I became a NARP. So I have no business being on the same list with literally all 49 other people. Guys, cut it out. So to our friends at Sports Illustrated, thanks so much. I really appreciate it. I will say, it's slightly validating because it means that you guys get it. That the only reason that I got behind this microphone was to be able to talk about things that I feel strongly about, and athletics and sport is one of them. So, but I definitely don't think we hit top 50 over here. So moving on, the first day of fall is coming. So even though I just told you guys I'm not really a fall girly, that was for pumpkin spice, I figured I'd get honest about some of the fall shit our family is in on. This is where my basic bitch comes in. Fall, I love apple picking. I love it. I'm going to do it. And you know what we're going to do after we fill up our boxes and buckets? We're going straight to the pumpkin patch. You know what? There is something about a caramel apple from the little market shop after you've gone out and picked a bunch of apples fresh from the trees. Also, the kids love it. They love it so much. And we've leveled up to a point that we now bring a wagon for anyone who maybe isn't feeling into it, because we have 4 children, and anyone that has, I mean, even if you have one child, you know that you could do an activity and they are so into it, and the next time you go to do the activity, they're not into it. But when you've driven 45 minutes to an hour to go to this apple orchard, your ass is picking apples, whether they're throwing a temper tantrum or not. So we've leveled up. We now bring a wagon for anyone who is not into the activity. Last time it was Benny. Within, I would say 15 to 20 minutes into the activity, she got out of the wagon and started picking apples herself. It's so fulfilling to do something that's so simple, and yet you do it. There's no screens involved. No one's asking to turn on a movie. You're out in the fresh air. Everyone's walking. That's great for tiring them out. And we have had all of our announcements besides Finney's announcement at the apple orchard, because we kept saying that we were adding another apple to our orchard, I think is what we said. I don't actually know what I post, guys. I don't post often enough, and I'm not that invested in it. So take that, influencer. Wait, how did you know I was a caramel apple girl? I just scrolled down to that. Queen Emma reads my mind on a regular ass basis. Yeah, God, you just reminded me. I love an apple cider donut. Okay, I don't need apple cider. I don't need it. I don't want it straight up. I do want it in donut form. That shit is fire. Any other fall treats? I like an apple Dutch crumb over a traditional apple pie. It's way better. If you disagree with me, you're wrong. That seemed aggressive. Also, not an a la mode girly. Do not put a scoop of ice cream on my shit. Do not put a scoop of ice cream on. This is a hot take. Don't you put a motherfucking scoop of ice cream. Don't put a fucking scoop of. It makes me so mad. If I wanted cream, sweet cream poured over top of my dessert, I'd do that. Why are you going to get a scoop of warm apple crisp and then put a cold scoop of ice cream on top? What are you doing? Stop doing everything a la mode. Oh my gosh. Don't get me started on when you do it to a goddamn brownie. Okay. Do we take the family on a hayride? No. They don't actually like it that much. When it comes to haunted hayrides, you can kiss my ass. Anything spooky, anything remotely scary, Wyatt is going to lose her effing mind. And then she's going to wake me up at least 4 nights in a row. Wyatt is not a spooky girly. She wants to talk about Halloween because she's convinced that her October 2nd birthday kicks off Halloween. She's not really wrong, but she does not like spooky things. So, for instance, my mom was showing her lawn decorations for Halloween to get the temperature check on whether or not Wyatt would still come to her house if my mom put these things on her lawn. So, spoiler alert, it was pretty much everything was a no. There was a giant spider with glowing eyes, and Wyatt looked my mom in the face and was like, why would you show me that? Was I a spooky girly? No. We went on a haunted hayride when I was in college with my field hockey team. And I specifically remember people could like grab your ankles while you were on the hayride. Like they would pop out of the woods and grab your ankles.
Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift are eagerly anticipating a night filled with unforgettable, heart-melting music at their upcoming wedding, setting the stage for a celebrity celebration fans have been dreaming about. Less than a month after the Kansas City Chiefs superstar proposed to the global pop icon, he teased their plans, revealing they've already tackled one of the most debated decisions for engaged couples: DJ or live band. Speaking to Jimmy Fallon on the September 17th episode of New Heights, Travis confidently shared, "Yeah, we're definitely live music kind of people, you know," adding an irresistible peek behind the scenes of their luxurious, high-profile life. At 35, with his and Patrick Mahomes' Kansas City steakhouse thriving, Travis confirmed that orchestrating the perfect wedding is now his top priority, quipping that one task might be easy. He just has to conquer a football game first. Meanwhile, Taylor has remained discreet since her viral Instagram announcement on August 26th, though she previously offered insight into her meticulous approach to wedding planning, hinting at an exclusive, glamorous, and deeply personal celebration that fans worldwide are eagerly awaiting. "I want to create a life with someone whose dreams intertwine with mine," Taylor revealed to Cosmopolitan in a 2012 interview, offering an intimate glimpse into her visionary approach to love and partnership. "I don't want it to be just a scrapbook of ideas with fabric swatches of the dress I'll wear and a tuxedo I've handpicked from a catalog for him to wear." Taylor emphasized that even then, she wanted her hypothetical future fiancé fully engaged in every detail of planning, ensuring he never questioned whether his presence truly mattered. Remarkably, she outlined these heartfelt desires more than a decade before meeting Travis, and she has now discovered precisely what she sought in a partner. Taylor candidly admitted that her younger self had, in a way, manifested him, particularly in how he boldly pursued her publicly. "I thought, if this guy isn't a little crazy," Taylor reflected, recalling the infamous friendship bracelet incident during her August 13th appearance on New Heights, a moment that would ultimately become a defining spark in their celebrity romance. "This is exactly the kind of moment I've dreamed about since I was a teenager," Travis Kelce reflected, capturing the blend of anticipation and intensity that defines both his personal journey and professional legacy. Over the weekend, the Philadelphia Eagles triumphed over the Kansas City Chiefs in a showdown between two elite Super Bowl contenders, a clash that left fans and analysts buzzing. One of the most debated highlights of the matchup was the controversial tush push, sparking relentless discussion from former referees, current and past players, and an army of passionate fans alike. While the chatter dominated headlines, much of it proved largely inconsequential, as the play remained legal throughout the season. Experts predict postseason debates will continue, yet nothing will alter the rules mid-season, regardless of whether critics support or oppose it. Addressing the controversy directly, Travis stated, "I don't care what anybody else says about that. We should have won that game across every aspect of all 4 quarters we played. Congrats to the Eagles, a measured yet powerful acknowledgement that underscores both his sportsmanship and unwavering competitive drive." Jason Kelce addressed the controversial play both in the video clip and across his social media, passionately defending it while cutting through the frenzy surrounding the so-called tush push. Remarkably, the issue everyone fixates on has almost nothing to do with the actual pushing itself, highlighting the irony in the heated debate. Kelce explained that banning the maneuver wouldn't resolve the deeper concerns from last week's game, as the Eagles could have executed the same strategy through a standard QB sneak. The only true way to prevent the controversy, he argued, is for officials to enforce stricter alignment in the neutral zone and call false starts consistently. He acknowledged there were a handful of early snaps that should have been flagged, emphasizing the extreme difficulty of officiating such high-stakes games, where elite athletes capitalize on split-second advantages across multiple plays. Eliminating the tush push, he stressed, won't quell the broader debate. And personally, he believes the play injects excitement, strategy, and intensity into football at the highest level, a sentiment he reiterated in a separate statement that reinforces both his expertise and his charismatic, high-profile presence in the sport.